Hi guys, it is Hope. Welcome back to my channel. I'm in the same shirt as I was in my last video, which, shocker, but not shocker. I don't know if you could tell, but it's like almost 7 o'clock at night, and so it's like on the end of my day here before I'm gonna shower and take my makeup off and all that, so I'm feeling a little bit rough on the makeup and the hair, but that's okay. Today's video is the drugstore makeup haul that I've been teasing at you guys for a while now. I've been collecting quite a few different products here over the last couple weeks that I was hoping to share with you, and I have been putting a lot of these to the test. Now, I don't have final thoughts on everything, but I do have thoughts on something, so I figured I would just throw those in here today, and then I'll probably do like a favorites video, so I'll be updating you on those as well. I think I have everything, but looking at this pile of stuff makes me feel like I'm missing something. I think we should just hop right in and get started. Of course, I repurchased the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, which I did find out that they are discontinuing this in a lot of stores. One of you guys commented on my video and said that they're still gonna be selling it online and at like Walmart's maybe, but they are discontinuing it in a lot of stores. And I also talked to an employee at Target the other day because I was in the beauty section. There was a lot of stuff on clearance, and she said it's this time of the year, end of January, beginning of February, that they're really transitioning and they're moving a lot of stuff out that isn't selling as much and bringing new products in. So this was on sale. The first one I bought, which was LC1, I bought full price, and then I picked up LN4 when it was on sale because I was like, oh shoot, I should have a darker shade and I can mix these. So honestly, I mix these right now. This foundation tends to have more of a yellow undertone no matter what shade you get. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that's just how it is. I really enjoy this foundation. It's my favorite drugstore foundation. Every time I wear it, I wore it yesterday, and it just, my heart just beams with happiness every time that I have it on my face because it just looks so good. So I absolutely love this foundation, and it's my favorite. It really is, and a lot of people don't like the smell. I don't mind the smell. It is a very intense floral? It's a very intense perfumey scent, which is not really good for your skin, I understand that, but they're kind of restocking and bringing in a new line, which also has been intriguing me, but I just love that one, and so I just don't want to let it go, so that's why I stocked up about 2. Okay, this must have been the month of foundations because I have 4 different ones, but technically 5 if you count those 2. So the Covergirl and Olay Advanced Radiance, this is what I'm wearing today. Of course, I did my makeup like 9 hours ago, so it's, you know, not at its freshest, but this is a really pretty foundation. It's a little lighter coverage than the Physicians Formula. What I think so anyway. I feel like it doesn't give as much coverage. Maybe around the same, but it definitely isn't like a full coverage look. It's technically supposed to be for like SPF and like reapplying, but I wouldn't wear this because it's actually like a full-on colored product. I think this is very pretty though on your skin. It's very natural. It's not really like this like bougie foundation, but like when you look at it or anything, but it is really nice on the skin, and I think it lasts decently well. And honestly, in the summer, I mean, this has only SPF 10, but pairing with another SPF would be a great product to wear in the summer. I have the shade Ivory, and I really do enjoy this. I bought this because of Jessica Braun. She mentioned it, and I really should do another Jam Beauty 89 Made Me Buy videos. Another one of those videos. I filmed one, or how many have I posted? Have I posted 2 of them? I don't know. Next up is the Revlon Candid. I really like testing foundations for some reason. I know they came out with a glow one since then. That was after I purchased this, but this one had the shade 150 Creme Brulee. This is a pretty good shade with me as well. I traveled with this one last weekend, and I thought this did a great job of just applying. It's a good natural finish foundation. A lot of people really like this one. I still don't know exactly how I feel because I feel like it's not, I like to have a little bit more of a dew look. A lot of people like the natural. This is definitely more of a natural finish. It has more of a natural finish than like the CoverGirl one or maybe even the Physicians Formula. This is not like a super full coverage foundation either. This is more of a medium probably, but when I wore it like this past weekend, I had a brush and I had a sponge, and it looked good on my skin, but I didn't think it was like wowing me necessarily, but I still haven't played with this one enough to really get my final thoughts on it. I do really like the concealer though. Every time I use this concealer from this line, the Candid concealer, for some reason I just like, it really stands out to me. It just goes on your under eyes so smooth and evenly, and it doesn't even look like you're wearing makeup. I just love it. It looks so good on your under eyes. Excited to like play around with this more, but I've heard a lot of great things. It'll be interesting to see kind of the difference between the Candid Glow and the original, because I noticed like even like the pollution, is that Maybelline? The pollution one that I have, I'll pop a picture on the screen of what I'm talking about. They have like a new glow formula of that one. I didn't like that one as much, but I think it was the shade that was really throwing me off. Anyway, Honest Beauty Everything Cream Foundation. Again, this was on sale, so that's why I wanted to try it out. I did get the shade Shell, which is way too dark for me, but honestly, I was able to make it work, and it looked okay. Kate, can you tell me, what are these bumps on this? Is it just like air pockets, or what is it? Should I be concerned? It's like gritty now. The shade, I mean, it looks kind of orange at first, but then I'm able to blend it out and make it work. I think this looks very nice. It's the definition of a cream foundation. It's not going to be a liquid. You're going to probably, if you build it up, you're going to be able to see it a little bit more. It may be a little bit more on the mattifying side, or more not dewy side, you know, not look as natural, but still look natural. So I'm still playing around with that. I'm not sure how I feel, but I liked the idea of having like a clean beauty line, and I think Jessica Alba is just, she's just gorgeous, and I just love her. Concealer is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Satin Concealer. You guys will know my thoughts on this once I post, or you probably already know my thoughts if I already posted that video, which that one should go up first. This one I'm kind of indifferent about. I like this better than the 16-hour camo because it definitely doesn't emphasize, but this is by no means a glowy concealer. I think that if you're going to have camo thick full coverage concealer, you're not going to ever get that super glowy look. Most of the time it's going to be like pretty full coverage. This does not look the prettiest on your under eyes. This does not look pretty unless you have porcelain doll-like skin, which not many people have that. I don't think this is a bad one. I have noticed that I can only wear this with a foundation though. If I wear this with just concealer and powder, it looks really crepey, but if I put foundation on and kind of give that base, then it looks a lot better. So which side am I wearing it on today? It's not my favorite concealer. I picked up a brow pencil, the CoverGirl Ultra-Fine Brow Pencil. I got the shade Soft Blonde. I always get blonde in my brow pencils just because I don't want my brows to be super dark. I highlight my hair. I'm actually getting my hair done this week on Friday, and I'm super excited. Definitely don't need super dark brows, and honestly the blonde fills it in enough, and my brows still look like their color. So I really like this brow pencil. Actually, honestly, I don't notice a huge difference in brow pencils. I've had the CoverGirl, the L'Oreal, Maybelline, e.l.f. I mean, I've had them all. I do have some that I like a little bit more than others. I go in phases with thin tips, like the precise ones, or the more angled ones, which are a little thicker for if you have like bushier brows, less to fill in, which is more me. This is a really nice one. I think it goes on smoothly. It's not too creamy, not too waxy. I do like a lot of brow pencils from the Drugstore. I don't really have a whole particular favorite. I do like the e.l.f. one that I've mentioned a while, and L'Oreal is one that I really like. The L'Oreal one is more expensive though, so honestly I'd probably go back and repurchase this or e.l.f. And it's such a flimsy thing. Like, it's so ridiculous how much people pay for that stuff. One thing that I've been super excited about are these e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadows. I have picked up 3 of them. I have the shade Rose Water, which is what I'm wearing today. Very pretty rosy to kind of go with my shirt. I picked up Cream and Sugar, which is more a little warm tone, beautiful. And the last one is Truffles, which this is gorgeous, and some more matte. So I really do like these. I have noticed a slight bit difference in formula. I mean, the darker the shades get, the little bit more tricky they are to blend, but I was still able to create this eye look pretty easily. I used pretty much every shade in this one, I believe. But I do like these a lot. I think they are gorgeous, and I have played around with a lot of the shades. I can tell a little difference in the formula sometimes. Like, this shimmer is way more intense than, say, this one, but they're still intense, but that one for some reason has more pigment. So whatever that may mean, I'm not sure, but they're $3, and I think it's kind of a great thing, especially like traveling. Like, I could just bring this one thing and travel and be good to go. So I think these are really cute, and I'm going to definitely play around with them a little bit more before I kind of give you my final thoughts, but in like an upcoming favorites video here in the next few weeks. But so far, so good. Also, another thing I'm super excited about is this e.l.f. glitter. I'm not sure exactly what this is labeled as, but this is in the shade Flirty Birdy. Look at how tiny this is though. This is really small. But this is a very pretty glitter. It's kind of sheer. It's more like a glitter topper. I wouldn't just wear this on its own necessarily. It does have some color to it, but like I've applied this on top of a more golden cream shade shadow, and this just looks like sparkly glitter on top. I think it's very pretty. I didn't wear it today, but I did in my video, my kind of like life update video, and it looked gorgeous. And once it dries, it like doesn't want to move. There is a fallout a little bit, but nothing too crazy that made me be like, oh my gosh, there's so much more fallout than other glitters that I've used before. So I think this is gorgeous. It's like $5. I think if you're wanting something that's kind of like the Stila ones, this is like it. It's not as intensely, have an intense base, but again, still playing around with this, but so far I like it. A while ago I did pick up the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. I do like this one. This is the second time I've owned this. It is a little bit clumpy though. It goes through a phase of being a little clumpy and then it kind of gets better. I think it's starting to get a little bit better now. It is more of a wet formula. It's got like that hourglass shaped brush, but it does add length and volume, and it's just really nice. Another one that I just picked up is the NYX On The Rise volume mascara. This was gorgeous. The first couple of days I wore this, my lashes were like intense. It does have more of that rubbered bristle, kind of like the hourglass shape, but a little more rubbered bristle. I can tell now that it's starting to get a little clumpy. I don't know if you can see that, but how it's like collecting a little bit. I'm not really sure what the deal is. Sometimes mascaras get that within the first couple weeks of them opening, and then it kind of dries out and figures itself out. So I did notice slight bit flaking with this, but today I haven't noticed any, and I used this today on top of the CoverGirl one. So if anything, that would be flaking because this was the last product on my lashes. So I don't know yet. I don't know what the deal is with that because the first day I wore it, it didn't flake. I did cry though that day, and I don't know if that helped it, but it stayed on really well when I was crying, so I don't know. Picked up some e.l.f. makeup remover cleansing cloths. I don't use these every day, but these are nice to have for when I travel or when I have extra makeup on to take it off if my cleansing balm and whatever didn't get it all off. And then lastly, I picked up this e.l.f. sponge. This was $5, and I actually love this. This is a different type of material, but it soaks in the product, but not too much where it like blends. It doesn't feel like when I'm pushing it into the skin that it's just like pouncing it, which sometimes my L'Oreal one feels like that. Like I'm just like sitting there blending for days. Whereas this one really just soaks it in and like evenly distributes it really well. So far I've been really enjoying this, and I think this is a great sponge. So if you're looking for a new one from the drugstore, definitely worth checking out. Those are all the products. So I think that's everything. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'll update you guys in a future favorites video coming soon on what I think about all these products besides my first few impressions here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would love to have you stick around, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.